Hello everyone, I am Anand Panchbhai and I'll be dealing with one subject which is named as circuits and networks. We are right now learning at engineers classes and this is the first lecture of this particular subject. And what are the prerequisites of this subject is like elements of electrical engineering, what you people have studied into your first semester, and the second is basic electronics which you people have studied in your second semester. I'm pretty sure that you are so weak in those two subjects, so we'll obviously covering all those things as well. So as name suggests, it's circuits and networks. What exactly do you feel we will be having in this subject? According to you, what do we have into this subject? Anybody? Circuits and networks. Right, very good. That is the name. Okay, when we talk about circuits or when we talk about networks, it's kind of one and the same. Fine. So what we'll be doing into this particular subject is we'll be doing network analysis. We'll be doing network analysis. Now, what is network analysis? So before that, we will understand what is a network. Right? Network क्या होता है? हाँ. So network एक box होता है. It's a box. Network is a box made up of elements, made up of some electrical elements. And here we'll be restricting our study to only three elements, which is R, L and C. Is it clear? Fine. So there are any combinations that we'll be having into the network. Fine. ये पता चला कि नहीं पता चला? Okay. Then what we'll be doing is we'll be obviously giving input, that is source. So we are having a network. We are having sources. Fine. And then we have to analyze this network. Fine. And what is the meaning of analysis? Analysis means you have to do only two things. You have to find out one, branch voltage, second, branch current, and that is where your entire circuits and network is over. Fine. Okay. So what we'll be doing is we'll be simply we'll be given a network. We'll be having some sources which is input to it. We have to find out output. We have to find out the output, and output is nothing but branch voltage and branch current. Is it clear? Is it clear? Fine. Okay. So when we talk about this, there are few basic things that we have to learn. You know, we should be knowing it so well. So very first thing that we have is Gustav Kirchhoff-Unckel's voltage law, which is called as KVL, Kirchhoff's voltage law. Right? We should obviously respect these amazing people. So we'll obviously say that Gustav Kirchhoff-Unckel's voltage law. हमें पता है कि भाई वोल्टेज लॉ क्या है, KVL क्या है, what is KVL? It is sigma V is equal to 0. Addition, algebraic sum of voltages in a loop is always equal to 0. So we can say that KVL I want to apply in a very tiny small little circuit, and the circuit is like this. I'm sure you will be able to do it so well, so well. Let's see. V1 volts, V2 volts, and this is R. The values are like this. The values are like this: 10 volts, 3 volts, 7 volts. Fine. Okay. I am interested to apply KVL in this loop. So first of all, I'll be considering one random direction of the current. Will you please look at this? Thank you. So we have some random direction of current over here, which is equal to I. Is it clear? Fine. This direction you can consider the way you want to consider it, right? So if you will be asking, sir, is it fine if I be taking it this way as well? Yes, it is absolutely fine. But मुझे पता है, you will be able to consider either this direction or this direction. You will not consider this direction, will you? Fine. पता चला कि नहीं पता चला? Okay. So we know that either we will consider this or this direction for current. Clear? Fine. Okay. Now let's say we have to apply KVL. We will travel in the direction of current. We will travel in the direction of current. Okay, fine. And while traveling, we'll see few things. While traveling, we'll see few things, and before going to it, generally people are finding it difficult to write down plus minus or say minus plus. What is the correct polarity across the resistor? Fine, across the resistor. Voltage is always across two terminals. Fine, okay. So we can say that current, flow of current, it is always there from higher potential to the low potential. Fine, current always flows from higher potential to the lower potential. So we can say that if my considered direction or assumed direction of current is like this through the resistor, it's like this through the resistor, obviously this terminal is at higher potential and this terminal is at lower potential according to my current assumption. Clear? Fine. So now we can say that we have a current flowing like this, and I have got a polarity of voltage which is coming across resistor R, which is 7 ohms. I'll put it 10 ohms actually. Fine, 10 ohms, and it is plus minus like this. So what is the voltage across this resistor? It is given by Ohm-Uncle's law. Ohm-Uncle told us V is equal to I into R. So the current flowing through this branch is equal to I, and the resistor of this branch is equal to 10 ohms. So I can say it is 10 into I. Is it clear? Fine. Okay, so very simple circuit. This is negative, this is positive, this is positive, this is negative, this is positive, this is negative. Now I will walk in the direction of current. I will travel in the direction of current like this. So I see the very first element which is coming in my way, coming in my path, it's minus 2 plus 10 volts. Minus 2 plus is rise. Fine. Okay. So we'll see that this is positive 10. Plus to minus, it's a fall. Fine, so we'll say that it is minus, voltage across resistor is I into 10. So that is 10 into I. This is positive to negative, it's again fall. So it is minus 3, which is equal to 0. So I can say that 10 minus 3 is 7. So 7 minus 10I, it is equal to 0. So 10I is equal to 7, and hence I is equal to 7 by 10, which comes out to be 0.7 ampere. Fine. So don't you think it is a very easy example? Obviously it is never going to come into the paper, but why we have learned this? Because we wanted to have a thorough understanding how to keep this polarity. That was the reason why we have done it. Is it clear? Fine. Let's deal with the next example. Let's deal with the next one. Next example is like this. We have a network which is like this. Fine. And now I want to deal with this 10 volts, 5 volts, 10 ohms. Is it clear? Fine. Now the first rule for solving anything by KVL is we have to assume the direction of current. So let's assume the direction of current. So can we consider anything? Yes, you can consider anything. I am considering it this way. I1 and I2. Is it clear? This is I1, this is I2. Clear? Fine. Now I can definitely write down the way we have written equation over here. We can definitely write down equation here as well. This is rise, this is minus, this is plus, current is flowing like this. So I will be having positive, negative like this. Now here, there is a new thing what we will be learning. That, do you know the value of I1 and I2? No, we don't know the value of I1 and I2. We have to calculate the values of I1 and I2, right? Okay, so I don't know which one is a bigger one. Right now, by knowing the network, you can say that so I1 will be bigger and I2 will be lesser in comparison of I1. Fine. But right now, I don't know. Correct? Right now, I don't know. So what will I do? I will make a rule. I will make a rule that whatever the loop, I have two loops over here. I have two loops over here. So I will say that the rule is like that. In this 10 ohms, before like understanding the rule, let's understand one thing. In this 10 ohm resistor, current either can flow in this way or it can flow in this way. Yes or no? Fine. Okay. Suppose this is 10 ampere. Suppose this is 10 ampere. This is 2 ampere. 10, 2, 10, 2, 10, 2. 8 ampere net current is flowing like this. Is it clear? Fine. If I1 is more in comparison of I2, the net current is flowing like this, which is I1 minus I2, yes or no? Fine. And if the net current is flowing this way, I know this is at higher potential, this is at low potential. Is it clear? Fine. Okay. But if I consider, if I2 is more in comparison of I1, this is 10, this is 7, 10, 7, 10, 7, 10, 7, 3 amperes will flow like this. It's supposed value, right? I mean, say it is 10 amperes, say it is 7 amperes, we can say that 3 ampere will flow like this. So we can say that the net current 3 ampere is flowing this way. So higher potential is here, lower potential is here. Is it clear? Fine. So we understood one thing. The current which is flowing this way, it is I1 minus I2. Current flowing this way, it is I2 minus I1. Is it clear? Is it clear? So now, let's say we'll make a rule that whatever loop in which we are traveling, that loop current is considered to be the maximum loop current among all the loop currents. Fine, the rule is like this: whatever loop in which we are traveling, that loop current is considered to be the maximum loop current among all the loop currents. Is it clear? Fine. So if I am traveling in loop number 1, that loop current is considered to be the maximum one. Okay? So I understand I1 is more, so net current will flow like this only. Is it clear? Fine. अगर I1 बड़ा ही है तो मुझे पता है कि भाई net current ऐसे ही जाने वाला है, which is I1 minus I2. Clear? पक्का done? Good. So we can say that in first I1 is the biggest one, in second I2 is the biggest one. Clear? Fine. So now let's write down the KVL equation in loop number 1. In loop number 1, I'll say that it's plus 10 minus 10 I1 minus plus से minus जा रहा है, that's minus 10 into what is the current? It's I1 minus I2, which is flowing into that branch. It is I1 minus I2. It is equal to 0. So we have got equation. We can get I1 and I2. Fine. I am not going to solve it. It's loop number 2 because this is never coming in examination. We just need to understand how to deal with this branch. In first example, we have understood how to deal with polarity. In second example, we are learning how to deal with this particular branch, which is in between two loops, right? Okay. We will be understanding all the basics, and then whatever will come in front of you, you will be able to deal with it. Fine. Where problem comes is you don't know the basics. Fine. So this is basic number 2. So loop 2, how will I write? So again, current is flowing this way. It is plus minus. So plus से minus जा रहा है. It's minus 10 into I2. Plus से minus it is minus 5. Again it is plus से minus it is minus 10 into I2 minus I1. It is equal to 0. Two equations, two unknowns, you can solve those things so well. Is it clear? Fine. And now I will appreciate if you will be able to write down a good KVL equation for a given network, which is this. Fine, we are having three currents over here which are like this. Say I1, say this is I2, and say this is I3. Fine. We are interested to calculate these three currents, that whatever we people have understood, how to apply all those things into it, we have to learn it. Fine. So I request all of you try to attend this example, whether you will be able to solve it or not. Fine. Let us check it out.